Pacific Drive, or what I like to specify because I'm an asshole who likes to clarify things that don't need to be clarified, Pacific Northwest Drive is a car game. But wait, don't click away yet. This is a car game with a twist. You don't race, nor do you compete against others. This isn't about beating your best times, nor does it feature fancy cars. This car game has you take the wheel of a 70s station wagon. A true beauty, if I do say so myself. You begin the game by entering the zone, a place that has weirder stuff happening than in Stranger Things, and begin chatting with a few people who have decided to stay in this wild, weird area of the world. You end up in an auto garage owned by a cranky scientist. From here, the story is told through radio communications and various recordings and notes you pick up along the way. The story is enjoyable, but nothing groundbreaking. It's a decent story with a couple of touchy-feely moments that are really nice, but other than that, I just appreciated the sci-fi nature of it all. The story, for me, wasn't the main draw. The best part about this game is twofold. The first fold in that twofold is the gameplay. This is a roguelike survival car game. You heard me right. I said what I said. Each run you go out, scrap weathered vehicles and scavenge for resources, complete the route you have chosen, then escape back to the garage to repair and upgrade your vehicle, upgrade the auto shop, or go dumpster diving with your friendly dumpster. Look, I told you this game was weird. This gameplay loop is satisfying and addicting, as it should be with roguelike games. What changes each run, though, is not the landscape itself necessarily, but rather what resources, anomalies, and anchors populate the map. So to sum up, you choose a route, start off with your vehicle, gather resources, gather energy anchors, and once enough has been gathered, you can escape by driving into the giant beam of light before the storm surrounds you. Makes sense, right? It's okay. I know it doesn't, but it's okay. Now, there are definitely some gripes here. More often than not, I was annoyed with the anomalies rather than intrigued by them. They also had that nasty habit found in so many roguelike games to appear at the most inopportune times, despite how much prep I had done for the run. Also, there are things called quirks that affect your vehicle. Some are just annoying, like a car door opening constantly, while others are more serious. Looking at you, headlight quirks. These became quite bothersome over my playthrough, but again, these were to be expected in a roguelike game like this. Thankfully, those gripes aside, what really elevated this game for me was the aesthetic and, well, the general vibe of the game. There's something so relaxing to me taking off on a run, especially if it began at night, turning the radio on and traveling through the wonderful scenery. There are a few different environments within the zone. Each brings with them their own unique anomalies and oddities, and they get more and more weird the further you go in. But even after all the time I put into the game, my favorite area was the first, the one that looks so much like the Pacific Northwest. The main focal point of the game is traversing the maps. How you do this is completely up to you, and with each run, your method may change. This causes runs to typically feel much longer and more substantial, which helps to give this area a feeling of reality. Speaking of reality, some may find it a bit tiresome having to start or stop the car manually, enabling or disabling the parking brake, turning on wipers or headlights manually. For me, I found it lethargic. This, paired with the absolutely outstanding soundtrack in this game, really just spoke to me. So this game has a very addicting gameplay loop, one of the best soundtracks I've heard in a game in a while, and wonderful art direction and visuals. But that's not why I love this game so much. Want to know why I love this game so much? It's because it's Death Stranding Car Edition. Death Stranding is an excellent game, and I will die on this hill. In fact, let me tell you that